guys, welcome back to Chef Rose Cooking Camp. Today we're going to make a really nice, yummy snack, granola. Okay? Now I know a lot of people buy granola in the box, but it's super easy to make, and then you can put only what you want in it. So, first things first, we're going to take half a cup of oil and a half a cup of honey. Now honey is really sticky, and so it's really hard to get out of measuring cups. So the best way to do it is to measure it in the cup that already has the oil in it, because then the oil will help it slide right out. Okay? So if I need a half a cup of oil and I need a half a cup of honey, the easiest way to do that is to measure half a cup of oil first and then add enough honey until it reaches 1 cup, because 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. Okay? So we're going to get down and make sure that we can see it on eye level. And I now have 1 full cup. We're going to take that, we're going to pour it right into this bowl. Now in this bowl already, I have some vanilla, I have some cinnamon, okay? We've got all kinds of good stuff in there. Now I'm going to use a rubber spatula to get sure every last bit of this comes out. I like nutmeg too. This is what nutmeg looks like if you get it whole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grate some nutmeg straight in there so that I've got that nice flavor also. Okay? And if you want to add some ginger or something like that, you can also easily add that to your recipe. Now, I'm going to take a whisk and I'm going to whisk all of that stuff together. So it's a nice mixture. Everything's going to spread around the oats and everything very nice and easy. Okay? Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to add our oats. Okay? Just dump them right in there. 3 cups of oats. And the recipe is going to be at the end of this video, so you have all the measurements. So I've got my 3 cups of oats, and I'm going to take my cup of mixed seeds and nuts. Now in here I have some sunflower seeds, some almonds, and some pumpkin seeds, because those are the seeds that I like. If you don't like those seeds, then you can use a different one, or some nuts. You could use walnuts or pecans, even peanuts, whatever you like. Okay? Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to stir it all up nice and strong. Make sure all of it gets really mixed together. Okay, see how I'm making sure that all gets really mixed together, and so it's one big mixture. Spread it all around. And if you don't like honey, or if you don't have honey, you could use brown sugar, you could use maple syrup, you could use all kinds of other things instead of honey. Okay? All right, now we're going to take this, and on this cookie sheet, you can see I've got something called a silpat. If you don't have that, then you need to put some parchment paper or something else down and make sure and spray it with some nonstick spray, or put a little bit of oil. That way it doesn't all stick. Okay? I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it all onto this tray. Okay? Now, if I leave it in a big lump like that, it's never going to cook right. So I got to take it and spread it all around. Now you can do this with your hands too, but be careful, because of that honey, it's going to want to stick to your hands like nobody's business. Then you've got to wash your hands a lot of times. Okay? So you can see how I've got this all spread out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this granola and we're going to put it into our oven that's been preheated to 300 degrees. We're going to put it right in there. In about 10 minutes, we're going to stir it up. Then we're going to put it right back in until it starts to get brown and toasty. Then we're going to add some of our dried fruit so that it doesn't burn. Okay guys, it's been almost 10 minutes since this granola went into the oven, and I can smell it, and that's usually a good sign that you need to look and see what's happening in your oven. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're just going to give it a little bit of a stir. Okay? This will help make sure that it cooks very evenly. Then we're going to push it right back out flat the way it was, and it's going to go right back in the oven. Now, in about another 10 minutes, we're hoping that it'll be nice and brown, and then we'll put all our dried fruit and everything back in and put it back in for about 5 more minutes, and then it'll be all the way done. Now, be sure that if you're taking this out of the oven, that you've got to use something to protect your hands or have an adult help you. Okay guys, our granola is now starting to turn brown around the edges. Do you see how it's turning a darker brown around the edges? So now it's time for the fruit. If we put it in any earlier, the fruit would have just burned because there's so much sugar in it. But now it's perfect time to put it in. After we get this all stirred in, we're going to put it back in the oven for about another 10 minutes just to finish it. Then we're going to take it out. But the most important part and the hardest part about making granola is letting it cool. Because if we don't let it cool, it will never get hard like granola does, and it'll just be soft and mushy and gross. And I don't know about you, but I don't like gross. Okay? So now that I've got it all stirred up, now we're going to put it right back in the oven for about another 5 or 10 minutes until it's really nice and dark brown. And we're going to take it out, let it cool, and then eat it all. Now it's time to take our granola out of the oven. Oh, look how beautiful this looks. Okay, now our granola is all the way out of the oven. Now comes the most important part. Remember, we've got to let it cool. Okay? So, see how nice and beautiful brown this is? When we let it cool, it's going to get all nice and crunchy and delicious. So, you can put it on top of your yogurt or your ice cream, or you can just pour some milk in it and eat it like cereal, or you can be like me and just sit in there and snack on it. But what you want to do after this is all the way cool is that you want to put it into an airtight container, so either a Tupperware or a Ziploc baggie, and get all the air out, and you want to store it at room temperature. It'll probably hold for a week or 2, and then it might start getting stale and kind of weirdly soggy. So, make sure you only make enough that you would eat in 1 week. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed making this granola. Hopefully you'll have this nice, healthy snack, and you can make it any way you want, and every time can be different. Enjoy eating.